What was this week like for you?
It was a lot, honestly and truly. With Hurricane Dorian coming, I think I was able to stay in contact with my family for a good bit of it. Everyone in Grand Bahamas kind of checked in. This is Island of Freeport, Grand Bahama. They were good. Some of my people had to be evacuated. My sister, who has like a 6-month-old, had to like walk through water with her baby with my niece. So it's been tough. My parents, I haven't talked to them in like 3 days now, so I'm gonna check on them after the game. But the last time I spoke to them, they were in a good situation. So I'm just hoping that it's just a battery thing, with the phones and the power banks being out and the islands not having any electricity or anything right now because of all the power lines and stuff being down. So yeah, just waiting to hear back from them, just being optimistic. And obviously I'm stressed out trying to think about them, but I use basketball as like my little outlet and try to not think about that stuff when I'm on the court or when I'm at practice, and it's been helping a lot, honestly.
Yeah, how tough has it been to just stay focused on that?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to let my game speak for itself. Just play hard out there, control the things that I can control, and then just try to stay in contact with everybody. So I think I've been on my phone more than I've been on for a long time. A lot of people know, like, when they're trying to reach me, I'm not really on my phone. I'm not that type of person. But recently, like, I've been on my phone so much, just trying to check on everybody and make sure they're good. And so, yeah, it's been tough.
JJ, you went through Wilma and several other hurricanes down there, correct? What were your memories of going through that, and what were you thinking of when you saw how much worse this was?
My memories of it have been, my mom was always able to like have us in the right situations at the right time, like have us in the right places. My dad is always stubborn, like he never wants to leave his house, like he always tries to stay put, and like he feels like he can just fight the storm himself. So I think my mother always made sure we were in the right places, like getting us at shelters when we needed to be, or her being a social worker and us just helping out, like being at shelters for like older people and helping out and us being there. I remember a time when the storm was so bad, like my dad actually ended up having to come to the shelter with us. And like I said in the Players Tribune, that was the shelter when I came back home and I saw the fishes swimming in my house and everything was just turned over. But for me, it's never been a situation where I've been like where it was traumatic because I experienced it firsthand. I always came back home after the storm was like dang, like this, it messed up everything. But for my nieces and nephews, like they were in a situation where the windows blew out in the apartment and they had to run to the bathroom, and like my parents had to open the window and make sure that wind was blowing through because the pressure was literally like just, blowing everything away basically. So for them, like I'm just worried about them. I mean, mentally, for them to be able to go through something like that. And just hearing the stories and stuff, like talking to my sister today, like I literally spoke to her before the game and she told me like they were walking through waist deep water and stuff like that. So it's been tough. But I think this storm has been the worst ever. I think because it just sat on the island for so long. I think like we would have been able to weather a Cat 5 if it had moved a little bit quicker. But because it sat on the island so long, it flooded areas that we've never seen flooded before. I knew like numerous people that were in situations where they had to be evacuated. So we're just hoping for the best right now and just trying to help with the GoFundMe, obviously.
When you see something like Brittany Griner tonight donating $1,000, all your teammates donating, your coach donating, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I think that's what friendship is, just being for people in their time of need. And I think obviously all of us have been blessed to be in situations where we can give back. It's a blessing. God put me in a situation now where I can be able to reach back and help my communities. And so if we do nothing, then we're definitely taking what we've been given and what we've worked hard for granted. It means a lot. People care, and I've been reaching out to whoever I can just to kind of just share it. Even if you don't have the money to donate, just share the GoFundMe, because then maybe you reach somebody else who's able to do that, and it makes a big difference. And we're going to try to make sure that we get it to everybody out there and make sure they have the things that they need to move forward.
Have you talked to Buddy? Are you guys combining efforts? How's that working out?
Yes, I spoke with Buddy. We wanted to combine efforts at first, but the way we started to go with our different camps and stuff, with just them already working so hard to get everything up, we decided to just do the separate GoFundMes. But I have spoken to him. He feels the same way. Obviously, both of us from Grand Bahama, both of us from the Bahamas. It's gut wrenching to look at those videos and stuff. Like, it almost is surreal because you don't expect to see the level of devastation and damage, and like people literally being in their ceilings trying to get away from the water because the water was so high. My sister just got back to her house. She wasn't there, but she saw the water lines, and the water lines were like to the ceiling. So, I'm just happy she wasn't in that situation, but a lot of people were. So it's just tragic, honestly.
JJ, once you kind of checked with your family, knew they were okay, was it easy for you to be like, here's 10K, let's get this going? Like, was that like an obvious thing for you that you felt?
Honestly and truly, I think for me, I just wanted to give because I can't ask other people to give if I don't give. Like that was my biggest thing. Like the amount, I don't care about all that stuff. Like I said, it's a blessing for me to be where I am. So to be able to give, that's just what I'm gonna do. To make sure I help my people out, and just hopefully to inspire other people to just give whatever they have.
Is it strange to not be going through it with them, talking about such vivid memories from growing up? Is it
Most
weird
definitely.
to not be there?
Yeah, it sounds crazy to other people, but I was talking to my cousin. I was telling them like, if I say it to other people, they think I'm crazy, but I'd rather be there with them and know that they're okay than to be here, honestly and truly. So, like that's my family. Like, no matter what, I'll put everything I'm doing aside to be there with them. So we're just trying to work on everything now, and the airports are flooded, the hospital was flooded. So right now we're just hoping the storm continues to move away so that we can get some of the resources in there, and obviously the U.S. and all that stuff are going to come in and help with the Navy ships and all that stuff.
How much family do you have down there? Who is down there?
Everyone. Everyone, like, just, honestly, everyone. Other than my sister, who lives in Atlanta, like, all of my family is in the Bahamas. Like, everybody I've known growing up, except for when I moved to high school in the U.S., and all of my blood relatives.
You're such a private person. Is this just tough sometimes to talk about, but do you feel you have to help them down there?
I feel like I have to help them. I didn't want to talk about it before the game because I was already in a tough situation, like just speaking to my sister before the game, and I didn't want to just break down before the game or anything like that. So I tried to just keep that out of my mind before the game. Now I feel like it's my duty to come in here and speak to you guys and try to raise awareness and help everybody else out at home.
Did Coach do the right thing, playing you as many minutes tonight just to keep your mind off of things? Did it work?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we wanted that 2 seed, so that was the only thing that was on my mind. So I felt great out there. I didn't want to come out. And in the third, I asked for one, and he got me out. So it was good. I think it was perfect. Yeah, I'm good now.
Have you put any thought into which organizations you'll donate the money to, or what factors are important to you in deciding where to ultimately give the money?
So I haven't really, I've thought about it, but I haven't decided yet. I just want to make sure that it goes to an organization that's credible, that the money is going to be used in the right ways, that, nothing is going in anybody's pocket. We want everything to go to the people. So obviously I've been talking to my family members, and they've given me a few that are really good right now. But I'm still thinking about it, and we're still, once we hit that goal, we'll dive into it a little bit more. But obviously things happen, and people always try to be opportunistic and take advantage of situations. So we want to make sure that we get the money into the right hands, and that it's going to the people, and that they get what they need.
You get to pass on some good news though, 2 seed. How relieved are you just to
Yeah.
get to skip the second round this year?
Man, like I said, history has shown that it's not been too good to us. So we're happy to be in a situation where we feel like we can really, put our best foot forward and show the level that we play at. And we're excited to be a 2 seed right now. Hopefully we can bump it up, but it's a blessing, and I think we've worked really hard towards it. And so it just shows that it's a combination of everybody's efforts.
Thanks, JJ.
Thank y'all.